Good afternoon, class. Today we're going to talk about the water cycle and some of the steps that go along with it. How many of you have heard of the water cycle? Well, even if you have, I'm sure that today you're going to learn some new things about the water cycle. And if you haven't, great. You're going to learn a lot. First, when we're going to start, I want you to partner share. What do you know? Some ideas you could talk about with your shoulder partner. What is the water cycle? Where can we find it? And where does it happen? I want you to pick the person sitting next to you, your shoulder partner, and discuss this for about 30 seconds. All right, let's wrap that up. Do I have some volunteers who would like to share? And once the kids are down and sharing these ideas, I plan on jotting them down on the board. This way they can see everything our class has come up with. All right, great. Let's talk about some of the basic steps of the water cycle now. So up here we have a picture of the water cycle and its different steps as a flow chart. Some different steps we see is condensation, which is up here in the clouds. Everybody do this with me? Great. Then we have precipitation, which comes in different forms. Everybody, show me precipitation. Great. Then accumulation is down here. It's where all the water builds up. Oceans, lakes, puddles, all of that good stuff. And then everybody do evaporation, which means the water is rising up to the sun and to the clouds. Now, what do each of these mean exactly? Well, we're going to be taking a look at what each individual term up here means. All right, let's take a look at condensation. Condensation will be that water vapor that's turning into that gas in the air. As the air gets colder, it's going to change back to that invisible liquid, and it's going to go up into the clouds, and we call that condensation. Our next step would be precipitation. So precipitation is going to be any type of water formation that comes out of the clouds. Rain, snow, sleet, hail, sometimes fog and haze, all that good stuff that we see coming from the clouds to put water back on our earth. And we get the precipitation from the clouds from gravity. So gravity actually pulls that down. All right, moving on. Anybody have any ideas what these pictures are going to represent in our water cycle steps? Right, this would be accumulation. Sometimes after a rainy day, do we see some puddles on our playground? Right, yeah. This would be called accumulation. So the puddles will build up on the cement or in the grass, and then a day or two later, they're gone. Where do they go? Evaporation, right. So evaporation is when that water rises from those puddles that accumulated on our playground or on the grass, and it goes up into the clouds all over again. The water cycle can be very interesting and also very confusing, and sometimes it's okay if we forget the steps. I actually found this really neat song for you guys to help you remember it.
The water cycle takes the water and moves it up and down and all around the earth. The water cycle takes the water and moves it up and down and all around the earth. The water cycle takes the water and moves it up and down and all around the earth. The water cycle takes the water and moves it up and down and all around the earth. Evaporation comes
a fun little song to help you guys remember it. We will go back to it tomorrow and start our lesson fresh and see if you guys remember how our water cycle works.